everybody's doing well today. I was going to run you through a quick meal prep that I'm doing for dinner tonight. And it's going to be a little bit higher in carbohydrate, but still super healthy and super simple. So let me go ahead and get the camera flipped around here and I'll show you what we got. So tonight's dinner is going to be mahi, which I have frozen from Publix. No carbs in that. This I'm going to actually cut open. I'm going to put it in a bowl and I'm going to soak it in salt water to thaw right before I cook it. Next, I have Brussels sprouts. These are seasoned. A lot of times I buy them unseasoned, but for some reason this got in the cart. Here's where the carbs come in. If you look at Brussels sprouts, there's 3.5 servings in this bag, 8 carbohydrates, 4 fibers, so you're looking at 24 carbs, 12 fiber, 12 net carbs. Then my wife and I are going to split this. Now I am not going to microwave this. I am actually going to put this in a glass baking dish and I am going to bake it. I'm going to roast it in the oven with olive oil and we're going to add bacon. We're going to add 3 slices of bacon, which you can see this has no carbohydrate listed. That's for 2 slices. I think I'm actually going to do 4 slices of bacon. And this bag of Brussels sprouts, we're going to roast that in the oven. And then I'm going to show you how I pan-sear some mahi and get some perfect mahi fillets. So I'm going to go ahead and put the mahi on in some salt water. And it's just a little bit of salt water. Literally, I'm going to put the mahi in a bowl, sprinkle it with salt, and fill it with water. All right, we're going to let that soak, and I'll show you how I cook it up. See you in a little bit. All right, so the Brussels sprouts got 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and I literally just tossed in the bacon. This is going to go into the oven, 375 degrees. I have a convection oven, so mine goes convection bake 375, but you can just bake it 375 regular until the Brussels sprouts are cooked through and the bacon is crispy. And we'll show you what that looks like when it's done. And then over here, a tablespoon of salt. And then this is just going to get fresh water on top. And I'm going to leave this in the refrigerator. The Brussels sprouts are probably going to take close to 45 minutes to cook. So what I'm going to do is just leave these in the refrigerator to thaw in the salt water. Tablespoon of salt and probably like 2.5, 3 cups of water. And that salt water will help make the fish a little nicer and you'll see when it cooks up. So the mahi has been soaking, it's thawed. I've patted it dry. It has a top, it has a flat side, which I would call like a bottom. And what I'm going to do, a really neat technique, is I am going to cook this with bacon on the flat bottom side. And you want your fish completely dry. So I rinsed all the salt off of it. I've got it completely dry. And then I'm going to cook it on the bacon side. Let me get you set up and I'll show you how it's done. Alright, so I have a cast iron skillet set up. Just wiped out. No oil, and I'm going to let this heat up to about 375 degrees. And I'm going to kind of do this a little bit different than what most people would do it. There's 370 degrees. I think we're good there. So normally people would put oil in the pan. I'm not. I have bacon here. So almost a dry pan completely with just bacon. And following the Italian style, no salt, no pepper, no nothing. I'm not going to season this meat until it's cooked. After it's done, then we're going to season it up and go from there. So we're going to let that cook. And we'll just let it go. I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to move it. I'm not going to try to flip it. We're just going to let it cook here. And we're going to watch that color come through the fish. The fish is slowly going to turn white. And that's what I really want to see, is that whiteness start to come through the fish. And I'm really using that bacon kind of just for its fat. So the bacon is my butter. How cool is that? So we'll let this cook probably about 5 minutes on this side, and then I'll show you what it looks like when we flip it. So as you can see, the fish is cooked probably halfway up the side. And the nice thing about the bacon is the bacon can stick to the bottom of the pan, but the fish is not going to. Look at that. So it's kind of like an insurance policy for your fish, right? How many of us have had fish stick to the pan and have beautifully cooked fish and it be stuck? So at least on one side, we know that that fish didn't stick. And now we can turn it right over. Now, besides bacon, you could use prosciutto, you could use ham. Not a million ways to do it. Now we're going to let that finish cooking on the top. At the very end of the cooking process, I'm going to sprinkle over a little bit of white wine vinegar, and then we'll show you what it looks like when it's plated up. It's going to be gorgeous. So there you have it. Bacon on the bottom, mahi. Be ready in another 5 minutes here. So there you have it. The fish is cooked to perfection. It didn't stick. I've got it with the Brussels sprouts. Lots of bacon for fat. I did drizzle it with a little olive oil and sea salt. And how pretty is that? So there you have it. Bacon on the bottom, mahi, and bacon roasted Brussels sprouts. It's about as good a dinner as you could hope for. Lots of fat, plenty of good fats, omega-3s, easy and delicious. I hope you enjoyed the video. God bless each and every one of you, and we'll see you again soon. Have a great night, and see you in the next video.